Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the Voice of Reason. Today, we are continuing our ongoing coverage of the war between the Russian Federation and Ukraine. First, we will get back to coverage of the Israeli-Hamas war, but in terms of military operations, the Ukrainian-Russian war is still the largest war on the planet as we speak. Much more intense and much more greater in scope than what we are seeing in the Gaza Strip. Again, what is happening in the Gaza Strip is really peanuts compared to the level and intensity of fighting that we are seeing in Ukraine. So what is happening over the last week? Well, we know now that there is a developing major Russian offensive. The Russians are on the attack in two places. One is Avdiivka, this area here. There is a double envelopment operation by Russian forces to encircle Avdiivka. They are launching massive attacks to the north of Avdiivka and to the south of Avdiivka as we speak. We estimate that Russian forces involved in this operation exceed 10,000 troops, hundreds of tanks, armored personnel carriers. In essence, a reinforced Russian division is attacking within the Avdiivka sector. Additionally, further to the north, the Russians have launched secondary attacks. This is in the general vicinity of Kupiansk. As opposed to this time in the northeast of Kupiansk, the main effort is due to the east of Kupiansk. This is a broad front operation being conducted by elements of the 47th Tank Division of the Russian military. If we look at the day-over-day advance of Russian forces, you can see it is a broad front operation pushing forward towards Kupiansk. We also anticipate the Russians will continue operations in the northeast of Kupiansk as well. But two large-scale, very focused operations happening as we speak. One, Kupiansk. Two, down towards Avdiivka. Now, the Ukrainians are claiming to have stopped several Russian attempts at moving forward near Avdiivka. Yes, we have seen the Russians take casualties, but we have also seen Russian very large formations of Russian tanks, armored infantry fighting vehicles on the move in very large numbers at very fast pace towards Ukrainian lines. We have seen heavy fighting, we've seen heavy shelling, we have seen an uptick in Russian artillery and fixed-wing aircraft attacks against targets in Avdiivka. Our understanding right now, Avdiivka has been essentially destroyed. The population is very few in number. Most civilian inhabitants have fled Avdiivka while this intense bombardment is underway, and it continues as we speak with the Russians using thermal barrack munitions, phosphorus munitions, and more importantly, very large aircraft bombs against targets in and around Avdiivka. So we're going to watch this very, very closely. It's glaringly apparent the Russians are attempting a double envelopment operation of Avdiivka, both to the south and to the north, and that operation continues as we speak. And again, as we had talked about, another Russian operation to the north near Kupiansk. That operation is continuing, and we're watching that very, very closely with large numbers of Russian forces expected to number in the tens of thousands running from Kupiansk all the way south towards east of Sloviansk. So very large numbers of Russian forces in these two offensive operations. I think that also proves to the point that the Ukrainian counteroffensive south of Orikhiv has essentially failed. Again, we are seeing very little movement of Ukrainian forces in this area, and we expect that the Ukrainians are going to start moving forces from the southern Zaporizhia sector towards Avdiivka, towards Kupiansk, as this Russian fall counterattack continues in force. So that's where we sit for today. We will continue to monitor and we will continue to report what is happening. We will also do a video on the upcoming Israeli ground offensive. We think that's going to look a little different than what we have seen quite possibly in the past. We don't think this is going to be a large, all-out Israeli offensive, the likes of which some people are discussing. We think this is going to be a piece-by-piece operation, very focused, taking certain areas, seizing control of those areas, cleaning those areas out, and then taking other areas. Much like the operation we saw in Iraq with the taking of Mosul. We think it'll look a lot like that. But we will do a video on that up and coming. But again, thanks for joining us. More to come very, very soon. Have a good day.